Hey guys, it's Graham. Welcome back to Truckerman Reads. Last year I read a book called DIEROCK 88 by S.A. Oliver. I'm currently reading the sequel, Paradiso, and as I'm getting through it, I'm about a quarter of the way through it, I'm realizing I know I definitely did a video on this, but I feel like I'm missing some details. So I went back to watch that video and I realized it was a twofer. I was covering that one in a Longmire book and I was kind of scant on those details. So I was like, oh crap. So I dug around through the PDF that I had of the first one, and I did some search this, give me some clarity on that. I was like, what the heck? What am I forgetting here? And did all that on my DOT break, and I was like, okay, cool. I remember all that now. It was filling in the blanks with character names and stuff. There's a pretty big cast of characters in this series, and so it was good to have that refresher. And I thought, well, I'll talk about that on the channel today because I didn't finish the second book, but I'm really enjoying it. The series is called Cosmonautai. That's how I'm going to say it. It's a big, weird word. It looks simultaneously like Latin and Russian. Set in the future, and our main character is a precocious young protagonist named Atlas Viridian. Cool name. And in the first book, he's living on this colony with his dad out in space, and they're basically like salvage scrapper guys. They go out into this salvage field where there was a space battle, and find pieces that are valuable, or else try to bring back enough metal to make it worth their haul. But there's known to be the wreckage of a very valuable ship out in this debris field, and Atlas thinks he knows where it is. And he goes out there and he finds it, but he has to break some rules to do it, and he gets himself in trouble. And then some rival scavengers actually do find the ship and take credit for it, and so he gets pissed. And he doesn't understand why his dad, who bails him out, is not more excited about this. Like, this is a big find. This could change the course of their lives, but his dad is actually trying to keep a low profile. Reason being is that there's more going on with this scavenged ship and the fight that caused this debris field to exist. There's more going on than Atlas originally thought, and his dad was connected to it and is trying to keep a low profile. But anyway, some other bad stuff happens, relative to this scavenger hunt that Atlas goes on. He breaks some rules and he gets sent to a prison colony called DIEROCK 88. And it's run by the Horizon Corporation. And life there just sucks because, hey, it's a prison mining colony. And they just have to mine underneath this dome on this crappy planet in the middle of nowhere. But he is able to make friends with some of his fellow inmates / co-workers. And throughout the course of the book, he slowly starts to realize that they're not just mining valuable materials under this dome on this dead moon somewhere. There's something inside the planet that the workers are specifically targeting without knowing what it is. There's a rival company called Vanguard, and they send a representative over to this Horizon colony to look into what they're doing, because researching alien tech is highly regulated and illegal, but the Horizon guys have definitely found some stuff and are experimenting with it. And I'm obviously getting into spoiler territory here because this is kind of a summary of DIEROCK 88. Turns out that there is alien tech deep below, and it belonged to this ancient race called the Cosmonautai. Their relationship to humanity is mysterious and significant, and Atlas's father is tied up in all of that. It turns out that certain humans can be connected to the Cosmonautai, and as a result can activate inert Cosmonautai technology. Even though it's extremely old, it's still functional. And so there's a dust up, some stuff goes down, and Atlas and his new prison co-worker homies end up finding a Cosmonautai ship with an AI on board called Salvus. and they're able to activate it. And after fighting their way through monsters and through big epic space stuff, they're able to get the ship out of DIEROCK 88 and get the heck out of there. And now they've got a new mission. So while I've spoiled the general storyline, I've tried to remain kind of light on details because this is a really well done book. In print, it's 500 something pages. The audiobook just came out this year, and it's well produced. I can't remember the name of the narrator that she got, but it was a big get, like a big talented name guy. And I've really enjoyed getting back into this, reading the sequel. I just wish that I'd actually taken the time to reread the entire first book, but I got a little impatient. I was like, oh, I'll probably remember, and then it's like, okay, there's a couple of things that I need to remember. But like I said, since I combined that video with another book review, I wanted to get a little bit more into the details, but still keep it kind of succinct. You guys should go check this one out, read it, get familiar with the cast of characters and the goings on. Another thing that reminded me of it is, so like I've recently watched a bunch of the original Alien movies, pretty much all of the Sigourney movies. I haven't watched any of the other ones, like none of the prequels and none of the Alien versus Predator ones or whatever. I just watched the Sigourney ones, and then I watched Alien Romulus, which came out last year. And like every other kind of sequelized property that Disney has put out, it's IP mining, but there was actually good artistic effort put into this one, and it didn't have like current day-isms or social justice issues or anything like that in there. It was another strong installment in the overall Alien saga, and there were a couple of novel ideas in it. But as I was watching it, I was like, this story sounds familiar because it kind of starts the same way. But not with a salvage bit, but with a mining bit. And some guys, like, they have a theory, and then they go and test it, and they get in trouble, and things go kind of haywire from there. But that was a good movie, and more to the point, it reminded me of this book, and books are better than movies because they give you more entertainment for less money over and over again, and they're lower tech, and often it is easier to support a creative mind that can create something worth enjoying repeatedly and easily consuming. So, hey, if you like is it space opera? It's just sci-fi, but there's a cooler, bigger, deeper idea in this one, and there are strands of it in the sequel that I'm already kind of pulling at that they just elevated. I talked about this on my Rack and Tour chat last week with Ian and with Mike, that like a regular genre piece can be fine and entertaining, but I tend to only pick those up and read those once. The ones with a little bit more of an idea to them and something new to bring to the table, something bigger and more expansive, are the ones that I'm going to read multiple times and recommend regularly to people. And with how strong of a start Paradiso has, I'm going to be hyping DIEROCK 88 a lot more. And I'm very curious to see what happens with this Atlas character and see more of the development between him and his father and their connection to the Cosmonautai and so on and so forth. But check it out. Content warning for some profanity and such. It's not overly aggressive or anything with that stuff, but it is there. So read it. Let me know what you think. Check the links for my books on Amazon and for my Substack, where I do other book-related articles and essays. Drive safe. See you out there. All right, that'll do it for this one. Thanks for watching. Best way to support the channel is over on Substack. You can become a paid subscriber. I don't do that over here on YouTube. Over there, it's $5 a month, but you get a big discount if you just back it for the whole year. Or you can go check the link in the description to my Amazon page. Buy one of my books. Read it. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Drive safe. See you out there.